Okay, here we go. I think this is gonna work. Welcome to my taste test project. I'm Soleil Sabasco, and I will be talking about coffee today. I had six of my friends analyze and taste four different kinds of coffee brands. One being Nescafe Classico, one is Folgers Classic Roast, Don Francisco French Roast, and Cafe Bustelo Classic. The two on the left are kind of more lower quality, and the two on the right are more of a higher quality brand. Moving on. The key differences in each brand. So Nescafe, they're all kind of similar because they all have the same beans. It's just how their process is different. But Nescafe is made from a blend of Arabica, I think I'm saying that right, and Robusta beans, typically a medium roast. Folgers is made from 100% Arabica beans, sometimes a blend depending on which roast. It's usually medium to dark. And then Don Francisco is made from 100% Arabica beans, medium to dark roast as well. And Cafe Bustelo is made from a blend of Arabica beans and Robusta beans, always dark roast. It's interesting that Folgers and Don Francisco are made from the same 100% Arabica beans because they are vastly different. The protocol that I did for conducting this experiment is six test subjects, my friends who are all big coffee connoisseurs, and the control variable is a glass of water and a shortbread cookie in between each coffee. It's the same brand of shortbread. They just took a bite and a sip of water between each. Each coffee was made in a cafe. One of my friends is a barista who's not a part of this, and she made all the coffees and she did a splash of Califia almond milk for each one. A rating sheet is given at the end to discover the data. So I gave them each one for each brand. My objective is testing these four coffees on my coffee connoisseur friends to find out which is the most liked based on flavor, smoothness, sweetness, bitterness, and aroma, and then that overall likability as well. So, taste test criteria. I chose 1 through 5 for the scale because I just think 1 through 10 is a little too wide. But 5 is the strongest for aroma, 5 is the richest for flavor, 5 is the creamiest for smoothness, 1 is the most bitter, 5 is the most sweet, and then overall likability as well. As far as the taste test table, this is what it looked like, what I gave them for each brand, and I just had them, fill it out 1 through 5, and we'll be able to see the results next. So, Nescafe is first, and it seemed like kind of a mixed review on this brand. It felt like everyone kind of liked it, but they knew there was something better coming, so they weren't like too excited about it, but they would drink it, and it got a pretty okay set of reviews, I think. The next one, Folgers. This one was definitely the least liked, I think, because this one all kind of felt around the scale of 2. And overall likability was very low as well. You see, Aubrey and Marissa both thought it has a strong aroma, so strong in smell. They noticed that, but everything else kind of fell short for them. And they didn't necessarily think the strong aroma was a good thing. Don Francisco was our favorite one. I actually ended up trying this at the very end, but you can see 1 through 5, it gave pretty much almost all fives across the board. There was a couple things that were kind of random based on the person, and everyone's opinion is subjective. So some people thought that the aroma was kind of more chill and not as strong. Some people thought it was like a little bit more bitter than sweet. When I tried it, I'm not a huge coffee connoisseur or a coffee drinker really at all, but I liked it just fine. Mario on the right-hand side, you can see overall he liked this one the best, but he also thought it was the most sweet, the most smooth, the most flavorful, and like rich, and then also a strong aroma as well. Cafe Bustelo was the very last one. This one was very good as well. I didn't try this one, but this one got pretty good reviews. Sandy thought this one was very sweet, which is interesting because she gave it a 4 for everything else. But this one was pretty good, and that was more of a higher rated um, coffee ground to choose from. So this part is where I kind of got stumped a little bit because when I was researching nutrition facts and ingredients on the very left for the low quality coffee, the Nescafe and the Folgers, I was able to find nutrition facts quite easily. It's very accessible. And this is just copy pasted from the internet. But on the right hand side, I was having more of a hard time. So Don Francisco didn't have any nutrition facts on their website, on Google, and even the container that I had, it didn't have anything about nutrition facts. It just had what it says right there. Like the ingredients are 100% Arabica coffee, which is great, but it didn't give me any nutrition facts. It just gave me like a storyline and some small details. The Cafe Bustelo one was a little tricky too. I was able to find the same roast, the same coffee, but in a K-cup version for the nutrition facts. And we ended up doing like pretty much the same amount as you would have in a K-cup. So these nutrition facts should line up pretty accurately. But it was also kind of hard to find that as well. I'm not sure if it was just because they're higher quality, and there's less fluff within them or what, but that was interesting. So overall likability, Don Francisco is the winner, obviously, with the overall likability of the most high scores being 5.54545. And our conclusion, kind of bringing the chemistry into all of it, why was Don Francisco most liked? The flavor perception is strongly influenced by flavor factors like acidity, emulsifiers, volatile compounds, and buffer systems that alter the taste and aroma during the brewing. This is something we talked about in class. And Don Francisco's probably had a better acidity balance. It means that it had like a slight tang or a brightness that made it more complex. This comes from natural acids in the beans, like citric and malic acid. The good tasting parts of coffee include natural oils that carry flavor and aroma. And these oils kind of act like emulsifiers, helping mix flavor compounds evenly, like in your cup when you're drinking. And Don Francisco's probably kept more of these oils because of the better roasting and fresher packaging. Coffee has some natural buffers that help keep the acidity and bitterness in check, and a huge part of the taste is actually smell, which we also learned in class. Their roast likely developed these flavors more carefully, giving it a richer, more balanced aroma. Don Francisco's probably uses better quality Arabica beans, which have more natural sugars, less bitterness, and ultimately a one because it had better beans, better roasting, better chemistry. The flavors were balanced, aromatic, smooth because it holds on to those natural acids, oils, and buffer systems. On the contrary, why was Folgers least liked? It was least liked in our taste test because of several chemical factors. It typically uses Robusta beans, which contain more caffeine and bitter chlorogenic compounds, resulting in much harsher, more bitter flavors compared to smoother Arabica beans. The low acidity and the weak buffer systems mean it lacks the brightness and balance found in high quality coffee. Since it's pre-ground and mass-produced, it loses much of the natural emulsifying oils and volatile aroma compounds over time, combined with oxidation chemical breakdown during storage. Folgers ends up lacking the complex flavors and smoothness that made other brands like Don Francisco's way more enjoyable. So that is pretty much the whole presentation. I hope you enjoyed.